Let go. Wake up music. Salute. Rest in peace and in power. Lawyer Lyrical. My cuz. Salute to Lord Lamont. Got to, yeah, got to love one another. Stop hurting each other. My sister and my brother. Got to love one another. Keep moving on, as I say on every song. Keep on doing these things to make us strong. Man, we can't keep doing the same thing. Making sure that we don't go insane. Gotta do smart stuff in our body and it's life. Making sure that we keep a good brain. I always keep my family in me while I own these beats. And making sure, yeah, I pave through the storm. Making sure that our life is sweet. I make for you. We can't lose. Gotta see clear, never be confused. Yeah, we can have good things, yeah, for my sisters, family, and my dudes. Let's go. Love one another. Stop hurting each other. My sister and my brother. Let's go. And learn to love one another. Let's go. You've been through it too, I'd have been through it too. That's why I'm here, I'm a different dude, yeah. I'm still here, I'm around. That's why I got this positive sound. Never be stopped, cause I always rock. Cause I love the bottom, I don't see the top. I stay bound to in one's mind. They don't care if I'm hot, I show that love, yeah, I lie. I love this thing that they call hip hop. Keep pushing through, try my best, man, they have good news. I love my family, all in my soul. I will stay grounded, sisters and bro. Can't hurt me, don't hurt each other, yeah, and stay bold. Stop hurting one another and learn to love each other. Let's go. My sister and my brother, and learn to love one another. Let's go, let's go. Stop hurting each other. Let go, let go, let go. My sister and my brother, yeah. Learn to love one another. Discover something great in each other. What's going on, brothers and sisters? Generals, we are back with another edition of EBX Discussion. I just wanted to start it off with that song. It's thank that great divine for our skills, gifts, abilities, and of course, our ancestors, man, far and near, who are righteous generals that got many of us into that great divine space that we are in, because it's wonderful, And salute to the current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view. I salute you and thank you. May that great divine be in our life and just keep us prospering and paying attention, keeping us protected, strong, our families, and, and ourselves, of course, because if we got ourselves right, we have nothing to worry about, worry is not even in our vocabulary. And, we get that divine determination and learn from experiences along the way and keep it moving, and keep learning. I always say, keep a student spirit, good day, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time zone that we are in. And salute to my biological children, my divine brothers and sisters, and my biological brothers and sisters, and sending out that great protection like I always do, calling down that protection from that great divine for ourselves and from ourselves, so we never ever become our own worst enemy, brothers and sisters. And be thankful if we do have divine love, and real divine love can't be fake, brothers and sisters. And we learn this on this walk once we've been through the what's that syndrome that I always speak on and always talk about, the woulda, coulda, shouldas. So once we've been through that, and that's part of the layers, learning, getting rid of the ego thing and really going deeper on situations, becoming more analytical, which can be challenging to get to. But once we do develop that divine love, and we do at some point in our lives find out that real divine love cannot be faked. And most of us that have studied human nature, astronomy, and the chakras and the body, the mind, body, and soul, most of us that have like put in the work and studied it for years, we know that it can't be faked. It's either you got it or you don't. There's no middle ground. All the sneaking and the manipulation and all that, it's just a waste of time, a waste of energy. And I'm talking about on anything, whether it's in relationships, friendships, brotherhood, sisterhood. If we don't have a real divine love within, I don't know what to tell you. You're like a hamster on the wheel, waiting on that pellet. That's what not having real divine love within is like, on a hamster on the wheel. Like kind of how social media can have us, So and the brother on the thumbnail is a prime example of divine love, and that's B.O.B. My son and I think we spoke on him in the past. I've done, because I love hip hop, as you know, my son and me, Lord Lamont Salute, which we'll be doing a father and son discussion today. It might be later on this evening, but I am I'm kind of I am looking forward to speaking with Lord Lamont, and again, salute to my family, and for the most part, we all doing all right. We alive and breathing. We are back to conquer another day, another year, another decade. So don't take this life for granted. Breathing. Remember, we woke up. Some people went to sleep and that was the last time. So we got to keep that in our mind. Yeah, I rhyme. I told you I do that sometimes. Look, still rhyming. But yeah, look for a father and son discussion later on this evening. And be thankful if you or I or us, we have divine love in our DNA. That has, just be thankful, because it's not easy for everybody. Everybody's journey is different. But of course, we're gonna get into it. And B.O.B. and I'll say Lil Wayne is gonna be our inspiration today, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna speak on B.O.B. first, and I'll get to Lil Wayne, because I observe things that go on in the media too. But now it's different than just entertainment. Now, my son and I, we love comedy and stuff like that. Things that bring us joy. We always got to have things to bring us joy because it's good for our immune system. But at the same time, be a little analytical. Kind of break things down. And so I'm relating what I've just said. It relates to kind of Lil Wayne's situation I seen in the media. But when one loves hip hop, like really love hip hop and just music overall, we kind of understand individuals who are artists, and I'm gonna explain that. I'm gonna get into that, but I'm gonna give a salute to brother B.O.B. I didn't research anything what he's doing currently. I love his music. I love his spirit. He's a real dude. He's a true sayer. He's definitely one of them brothers that's awakened, as far as I know. And of course, and I don't see him in the media a lot, so it's definitely a brother that knows himself, and you feel it and you hear it in his music. And two of his songs I like, or a lot of them I like, and a lot of songs he did. He collabed with Tech Nine. Salute. Matter of fact, he did a song with Tech Nine. Two of my favorite artists, Tech Nine and Hobson. They did a song called Psycho or something like that. It was dope. B.O.B. a beast, and he can rap fast. I always found that unique, and I just got a special respect for artists who can rap fast, because not everybody can do it. Nothing against those who can. I just think it's just very unique to be able to spit words rapidly and still be able to make it where people can understand what you're saying, and you can still rap fast, like Tech Nine and Hobson. They rap, and T.I. threw down on that song my son and I were talking about. Stand on that. It was Joyner Lucas, forgive me, E40 and T.I. And I keep bringing it up because I never, heard that song, and I came across it, and all three of them, E40 was dope, and they all rap fast. It was really, I love how they flowed their words. T.I. surprised me in that song. He can rap fast, slow. Yeah, very versatile, all three of them. Salute. But let's get back to B.O.B. Again, he collabed with two of my favorite artists. I had many, but my two top favorite is Tech Nine and Hobson. You hear me speak on them a lot. Yeah, but B.O.B. collab with those brothers, and of course, they all three have the same type of spirit. Different styles, but dope. You know what I mean? No one's better, just different. That's what my melanated brothers and sisters, we need to get that into our system. No one's better, just different. Stop competing and beefing and comparing. That shit is so fucking ridiculous. It really is. And see the art and the gifts and the love in each other, you know? Great man, real divine love cannot be faked. And B.O.B. is a prime example of that. And one of his songs I like, or two of my favorites, Airplanes, dope, and Nothing on You. I love that video where he was speaking on his girl that was in the video. And none of his, most of his videos I've seen and songs, they're real shit. He speaks some good stuff. It's meaningful music. So salute to B.O.B. And that's him on the banner. I mean, not the banner, but the thumbnail, excuse me. And that's from the song Airplanes, which is in my playlist. And I listen to it all the time. So salute to B.O.B., which we need more brothers like B.O.B. and sisters, too. And I want to give a salute to Lizzo. And my son and I, we're going to speak on this. And actually, my brother I listened to, they got a platform. He was speaking on how melanated brothers and sisters always tearing people down. Now, brother Aries Spears. I don't know the brother, know nothing about him, but I want to place one's opinion. I wish he would stop talking about people. I mean, we really need to cut that shit out. We're too grown for that shit. We can discuss things, speak on things, but flat out just talking about somebody and calling them names just for no reason, I ain't with that shit, you know. And we have a habit of maybe, I don't know, listeners, you know, communities, brothers and sisters, of giving people passes. Now, I'm not giving, you know, I have nothing against Aries Spears. I'm just going off behavior and what he says. I don't know. To me, what I get a sense of, and I'm going off intuition, I don't know what's going on with Aries Spears, but I ain't gonna get too deep into that. Again, I don't know that brother. But he was talking about Lizzo, and I did not like that. I mean, we gotta cut that shit out. The black culture, we got that bad. I swear, we got that shit bad. And just talking about her and how she was big and overweight and all that, like, damn, you know? Again, just like when he was placing his opinion on Ice Cube, which is okay, but again, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. And I'm telling you, the very thing we talk about or make fun of will be the very thing that will make us cry. And I got that from Brother Doggy Diamonds. I heard that from him. That's the reason why they call him Doggy Diamonds. And the reason why the diamonds in there, because he dropped jewels. And he do. He might come off a little harsh sometimes, but he will spit that truth. And I respect him for being himself. At least he being himself, you know. So, and you got to remember, a lot of brothers and sisters who do come a little aggressive, righteously, have been through things. So I understand that, kind of like Corey Holcomb, you know. You just have to understand that brother and the people and entities and vicious people he dealt with throughout his life. But I'm just giving an example why some brothers and sisters might come off a little aggressive, but know how to control oneself. But because entities and toxic people, individuals, will get you like that, you know. So, but going back, I like Lizzo. I like her music. My son put me up on Lizzo, and you know, it's just I just didn't like it. I didn't like him talking about her. I wish he would stop. Like, he need to focus on his own life. Stop talking about everybody. So that's just one's opinion, you know. Just like he got his, I got mine. You know, we're both men, you know, and I just wouldn't like it. Even if I talked to the brother, I would talk to him with sense, you know, be civilized and just place one's opinion. Nothing. Things don't have to turn into beefing and being so negative. You know, we can talk in a constructive way as intellectuals, as brother and sister, without tearing each other down. So that was just something that was in my spirit that bothered me. I like Lizzo, you know, so salute Lizzo. Do your thing, you know, just work on yourself the best way you can and take care of yourself, you know, because you got sisters, not all sisters now. I'm talking about the toxic ones. You can be a freaking beautiful, but soul be toe up. You know what I'm saying? Don't have no divine love within. I'm telling you, just because a sister can be beautiful or whatever, that don't mean shit. It can have the most terriblest character and personality inside that'll make them look ugly. I've ran across sisters like that. Now I've ran across some beautiful sisters that have a beautiful soul. I've ran across that too. But I have to say, most of the time, the pretty ones are the ones with the most dysfunction most of the time. That's just one's opinion and or theory. And that was just something that was in my spirit. So salute, Lizzo. I got you, sister. You know, because we got to stop this tearing down shit. I mean, it don't make no damn sense. And I'm telling you, we as black people are the only ones most of the time that do that shit. So that's what's going to lead me into Lil Wayne. And I'm going to get even deeper into Divine Love. That's why I put him on the thumbnail. And on the banner here is the video from How to Love from Lil Wayne. And I want to speak on Lil Wayne. But again, before I get on Lil Wayne, salute to B.O.B. And for the realism and the truth he brought hip hop and to the world. Because B.O.B. was not afraid to speak his truth. Real talk. Kind of remind me of that song Eminem made. Not afraid, here we stand. Let's stand together through the storm. I can't remember all the verses, but I was listening to that song recently. I know how people have their different opinions on Eminem, but I think Eminem's a good artist. It's not no kumbaya thing. I always give artists their respect because I love hip hop, you know. So I like that particular. I like a lot of his songs, you know. And what I like about him is he's himself. You know, he ain't trying to act black. He's just him. He from the gutter of Detroit, you know. So I give him some respect, and I like that song, Not Afraid. And I was feeling that song, you know. And but anyway, it made me think about Lil Wayne. But again, salute to B.O.B. Thank him. You know, I thank you, B.O.B. And may that great divine be in his life. And hope he keep that divine love. And let no fake entity stop him from being the strong brother he is. Because we need more brothers like him. And we got brothers like B.O.B. in the world, online, in my family, other people's families. They're out there. And sisters, you know. Again, we're in the righteous circles. We'll know who they are. And I will be having a hip hop break. Y'all know I always do. I'll get to the songs in a minute. But salute to B.O.B. Thank you, man, for the great music you brought, your energy and your truth. You know, you paid attention. He paid attention to his purpose on this planet. And he's smart too. Very, very intelligent. He knows about that astronomy and stuff. I've heard him speak in interviews and stuff in the past. So he ain't no dummy. And another salute to Chameleonaire, who's another smart brother who made money independently without the so-called industry. That's another smart brother. A lot of people sleep on Chameleonaire. Real talk. He's another brother that locked on to his divine love. And I bet he doing good. Real talk. And he collabed with Slick Rick, which was beautiful. I forget what song it was, but he collabed with Slick Rick. So salute to Chameleonaire. He's been on past tributes that I've done where I call them heavy hip hop heavy hitters. He's been on lists. So all right, so salute to him. Those are some artists that was bouncing around. And salute to Lizzo. Keep doing your thing, sister. Let nothing discourage you. You know, if you ever run across this, you know, brother EBXCARES truly do cares. All right, now let's move over. Salute to B.O.B., Chameleonaire, Lizzo, one love. All right, now let's move over to Lil Wayne. Now, this video on my banner here is from the song we all know, How to Love. Now, that's one of my all-time favorite songs by Lil Wayne. And I always said, if I could speak to Lil Wayne, that's what he need to get back to. Get away from the other shit and talking about, you know, being hard. It's time to, it's never too late. It depends on what state we are in our mind, in our soul. And I did see in the media where they said Lil Wayne got booed off stage. It's like, people are just so fucking mean. I swear. But all Lil Wayne, if this is the kind of a message for Lil Wayne, because again, I love hip hop. And when I watched this video, How to Love, it reminded it made me think about that, about them people booing him, because I'm pretty sure that had to feel horrible. That had to be the most horrible, humiliating feeling of the world, you know. So I'm not gonna be like everybody else and beat down on them. All I can say to brother Lil Wayne is go back to the beginning, see where you went wrong, analyze yourself. Don't retire. Don't make people make you retire from something you love, something you put so much work and effort into. And you are a great artist, Lil Wayne. Real talk. You're a great artist. And you just have to go back to the beginning, get away from people for a minute, deflect all distractions, get into the booth and make the music that come from your, always say, from your toes through your soul. Something that's meaningful just for you and that great divine. And something just for you, not to get a deal, not to appease the so-called fans and age, other people. No, do it just for you. Get back to your music. And I'll say this to other artists too that have been, somewhat humiliated, depending on what they did, and he just got to go back to the beginning, and great divine, it place things in our path to strengthen us. We just have to have the eyes to see and get away from the distractions. So that's my message to Lil Wayne, because I think he can rap. And I was looking at some of his older videos and he was younger. You just got to go back to the beginning sometimes. Not going back to the past, but go back to, like, kind of, so to speak, what went wrong. Just analyze it. Don't retire from doing music. You know what I'm saying? Don't never let nothing. I don't care what kind of gift we got as brothers and sisters, family, generals. Let nothing stop us from doing something we love. As long as it's not hurting ourselves or hurting no one else. Never let no outside event or entity, whatever, person, place, thing, stop us from doing, our craft. Something we've been doing and we love. Something that we started out on when nobody else was around. So that's my message to Lil Wayne, because I know a good artist is in him. It's been a heck of a journey when you've been in that industry and just surrounded by distractions. It's kind of hard to focus on one's soul and creativity. So that's what I don't think he should retire. I think he should stay at it. He just got to change up. He should. If I was him, I would go back and listen to that song, How to Love. See, now, when he made that song, he felt that through his toes and his soul. If you listen to the song and listen to Lil Wayne and that music, that's the kind of music he need to get back to. Because I'm telling you, and you can hear the passion in him, and he sung a little bit, and it was a good song. It was dope. He need to make more music like that. So again, that's my message to Lil Wayne. Get back to that kind of music that's speaking on love, something that connect with people. Because when you have songs that have meaning, it highlights those who aren't about nothing. You know what I mean? Because it'll bring out, even if it's just a few, and you'll start to all the toxic so-called fans will begin to dissipate when you start tapping into your real divine love, brother Lil Wayne. So so stay with it. Let nothing tear you away from what you love and what you was meant to do. So that's my message to Lil Wayne and any artist that may got booed off stage, or stay with it. Don't give up. And this coming from a brother that I ain't never been in a professional booth, never been in the industry, I perform in front of people, not at a concert, but I did I performed with L'Oreal Lyrical, rest in peace and in power. We had a freestyle session at a MATC in the Milltown. So I performed there, and then L'Oreal Lyrical and Angela Jackson, which is Shiree. Salute to Shiree, is in a song on my channel called Phenomenal Chick. It was her, Sister Sam K, and L'Oreal Lyrical. Rest in peace and in power. Me, her, and Shiree, Angela Jackson, aka Shiree, and brother Four Verses. We performed at Milwaukee Mall years ago when I first moved up here, about I don't know, 7 years ago. It's been a minute. But yeah, I perform in front of audiences, just not a big audience. So so again, Lil Wayne, from one hip-hop artist to another, please let nothing outside of you stop you from doing something you love. So divine love, real divine love, cannot be faked. So I just wanted to speak on those artists. B.O.B., Chameleonaire. Salute to Sister Lizzo. Keep doing your thing. Don't listen to shit people say about you. You know what I'm saying? Do what's best for you. Of course, we want you to be healthy because we want you to give us more music, of course. But damn, we ain't gotta tear down the girl and talk about her and she too. I can't get past how big she is. I don't like that shit. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And this is just my opinion, intuition. Aries Spears, he seemed bitter to me. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with the brother, but I don't know. So that's not for me. He got to go into the pit of his soul. But again, I don't hate the brother, dislike him. I don't even know him. But I'm just getting tired of brothers and sisters tearing each other down. Again, we can discuss brothers and sisters. We can do it in an intellectual way, unless they just flat out evil or something. That's different. But even then, we don't have to say nothing. Let life teach them. But it is just no cause to talk about that sister. She ain't done nothing to him, nor anybody else that he talk about. I mean, is it necessary? Think about it. When we talking about somebody online or in life in general, is it necessary? Is it helping? Is it needed? And I would have to say no, it's not. So if it's not adding to humanity and or culture, leave it alone. So hey, that's just my opinion and or theory. And that's definitely not coming from no love. So, all right. Well, that was just some things that was in my spirit. And of course, y'all know I'm gonna have a breakdown. And I'm always speak on hip hop artists and sisters and brothers. Cause it's a very unique craft and a lot of work goes into it. And writing rhymes and stuff. It make it seem easy when you see it on the videos and the songs, but it's work that goes into that. Any craft that we are passionate about takes work if we want it to be a good product, so to speak. So I just don't like it, especially people who've never done hip hop. And I'm not talking about people who appreciate hip hop. I'm talking about people who like talk down on hip hop and without understanding it and ain't never spit a word in their life. Them types. I'm talking about the toxic types that really it's not adding to to the humanity of it. You know what I mean? And just talking about it. So those types of people, don't know shit about hip hop. So that's what I don't like, But you got brothers and sisters who don't sing or rap, but appreciates the art and know how to talk about it intellectually without tearing the individual down. That's the point I'm making. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna get to this hip hop. Well, I ain't gonna guess. I am get to this hip hop break, and brothers and sisters, and y'all already know I'm gonna break it down about divine love. And I love that photo of B.O.B. on the thumbnail. I saw it. I just like it because it what I get from it, because that's who he is. B.O.B. on the thumbnail. He's a deep thinker, and that's what it looked like he was doing. Deep thinker. And on the banner, like I said, if we all have seen that video, How to Love by Lil Wayne, it almost is. I love the video because it starts out like sad and depressing because you see what the girl goes through. That's on the banner here. Now, remember in the beginning of the video, she was, I think she, it's sad, how, a lot of us speak on how a lot of young girls have, they've been tampered with when they're in their younger age. So it showed that in the video, and it showed different stages of she didn't know how to love, and what she thought was love wasn't love. And I love the verses and the lyrics in that song. The song was dope. And Salute, I think Birdman produced that and did the beat. Salute. Now I don't know much about Birdman or nothing like that, but that song right there and that beat, that was dope. That was out of all the songs those brothers made. I'm sorry, that was the most dopest and the most meaningful. You know what I mean? So again, that's what Lil Wayne need to get back to. The love, the fun, So, but again, I want to keep breaking down the video. And it goes through different stages of her life in the video. It put me in the mind of Brenda's Got a Baby by Tupac, rest in peace and in power. That's what this puts me in the mind of. And it's deep. The video is deep. It really is. And but I love how the video ended. Because it started out depressing, and the girl was, molested when she was little, and she had, kids by different baby fathers, and guys only saw her as a sex object. It's sad when it starts out, and it shows her being sexually promiscuous, if I said that right. But it ends on a good note. It flips, and in the middle of the video, she goes to the doctor and she finds out she has, AIDS or whatever. And it's like, oh man, just when you think it's sad and her life is going down the drain, it flips. And then it shows her going to school and graduating, and she didn't have a bunch of baby daddies, and that's how it ended. And I like how it showed in that video how her life could have been if she wouldn't have had that love, if she wouldn't have found out what divine love was. And in the end, she learned how to love. Had a lot of crooks try to steal your heart. Now you're sitting in the corner, how to love. I might have messed up the verse. How to love. I think Lil Wayne sang his ass. He did. He did a very good job. Even though he's not a singer, he did a very good job on that song. And you know why? Because it was meaningful. And it came from the soul. And it was something he meant from his heart in that particular song. So in my opinion, that's what I think. And it sends chills through my body when I hear the song. And had a lot of crooks try to steal your heart. Never figure out how to love, how to love, how to love. Man, I'm telling you, dope song. So, so that just made me think about the situation with Lil Wayne getting booed off stage. And I saw this video, and I was like, if I could tell the brother, don't lose your craft. Don't make people throw you off your square, bro. Real talk. Just go back to the beginning. See what happened. See where you went wrong. So that's my advice. I ain't gonna be one of them that plaster his face all over the banner. Lil Wayne got booed off stage. People are just so fucking mean. I mean, it's ridiculous, And a lot of people ain't never even met the brother. Don't even know him. So even like the opinion I had on Aries Spears, I talked about it. I didn't beat up on him and talk down on him. I just placed my opinion how I, didn't agree with his behavior and things he's saying. But again, I don't know that brother, So we got to stop that shit, especially online, because we never know when we talking about people online, might run into these individuals. So and it's not about being scared, none of that shit. It's about being intelligent, being smart, So that's just my opinion. And to me, that's divine love. Real divine love can never ever be fake. Real dog. All right, so I'm gonna get to this hip hop break. Y'all know I be rhyming. I swear I don't be meaning to. I told my son Lord Lamont, I swear I rap every other sentence as a bar. That's because I've done it so long. I told you, brothers and sisters, if you listen to past podcasts, look, I'm still rhyming. I've been doing music since the freaking 90s. You know what I'm saying? The same amount of time I've been riding along with Tech Nine. You know what I mean? And the reason why I kind of connect with Tech Nine is, again, I reiterate, I used to live in Kansas, and that's where Tech Nine is from. So it's amazing how melanated brothers and sisters, we have this divine connection and never seen each other and don't even know it. Real talk, but one has to be deep in that spiritual core. Seriously, I'm talking about righteous, spiritually deep, embedded in our divine soul to know these things. They're not impossible. So again, distractions, you'll hear that 1,000 times from many of us, because that's the only way to see clearly now. All right, now I'm gonna get to this hip hop break. 2 songs, as I always have. All right, okay, let's get it. Okay, the first song is Sent to Do, and the second one is Love. Do we know what it means? That's how the hook go. But the title of it is Love. And do we know what we sent here to do? It could be something small or big, or it could be something small that'll turn into something big. Of course, we're talking about something righteous. We ain't talking about nothing wrong, because that'll just make everything we do, say, in this walk, in this journey, it'll make it all for nothing. When let's get it. What are the poisons? Jealousy, hatred, ego, arrogance, narcissism, man, you name it. All the things that'll tear you down. Real talk. If we're not aware, if we are not aware of what's in that subconscious, get to know your subconscious, not just ourselves. Get to know your subconscious. Become best friends with our conscious, with our subconscious, as brother, sister, family. All right. So let's get to this hip hop break called Sent to Do. Do we know what we are sent to do? Be back after this. Brothers and sisters, answer our calling, whatever it is. Remember, We have many great divine gifts. There's no such thing as giving up. Stay tough. Salute. Yeah. Know what we've been sent to do. The great divine sent me to lift me and you. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm here to do. Yeah. To lift me and you. Yeah. I don't want us to lose. Yeah. That's what I'm sent here to do.
Great divine.
Yeah. What I'm sent to do. Yeah. To lift me and you. Brothers and sisters, what I'm sent to do. Yeah, I don't want us to lose. Yeah, I'ma stay up on this mic, and I get that insight. And I'm never looking down, too busy looking to the sky. You know what I'ma make a see, and I judge a and a family. I speak on these things, man, on every beat. And I never will be lost, and I never go off. I'm staying fierce and hard and never soft, but I stay calm. I'm not like Vietnam, never blowing up. Yeah, I'm thankful for my mom and my dad to make my love last. I'm so thankful for what I got and what I've had, and this is what it took. I'm sitting here to save you and lift you. That's what we must do. Make it through. Woo! Yeah, that's what I'm sitting here to do. Yeah, to lift me and you. I don't want us to lose. Brothers and sisters, I'm sitting here to do. That's what I'm sitting here for. To lift me and you. Yeah, I don't want us to lose. And my family too. Brothers and sisters, I mean we gotta stay fierce. Make sure that we here. Ain't got no time to be sad or shed no tears. But if we do cry, it'll be okay. I'ma give it that truth. Don't lie, be pure and say what with me, all up in my soul. This is how we see, and we stay up on the go, and we stay up on the toes. EBXCARES, yeah, I got that love, and I'm spreading it everywhere. I'm here to do. To send here good news. Yeah, cause I don't want us to lose. That's what I'm sent here to do. Thanking that great divine. Real talk, man. Thanking that great divine. You hear me say divine a lot. You're gonna get tired of people who listen to this channel. You're gonna get tired of hearing me say great divine, because you gotta be consistent, you know. That's something, you know, again, I'm not a Christian, but I don't beat up on Christianity, but I will try to teach you and show you, you know, got to be consistent. And again, don't just ask for a lot of things, you know. Great divine ain't no Santa Claus, you know. And I'm telling you, the most vital time to have that divine spirit developing in our life, to cling to that divine spirit. And when things are going somewhat smooth, that's when we pay attention. Don't wait till things are going bad. Always meditate and get into deep prayer, even when things are going good. That's how we keep that protection going, and for ourselves and the ones and the loved ones we connect to. So those are the times when we really pay attention, when things are somewhat going good, because we know, especially in these times, life can be challenging sometimes. So that's when we cling to that divine and say thank you when things are going good. So when challenges do come, we are somewhat ready. Because like my son, Lord Lamont say, and we all say, when we stay ready, we don't have to get ready righteously, mind, body, and soul. All right. So do we know what love is? You know, do we know what it means? You know, and it means something different to everybody, but it better be real. Because like I said, it can't be fake. Be back after this.
Love. Do we know what it means? Love is more than a thing. Love. Do we know what it means? Talking about love is more than just a thing. Love. Do we know what it means? Love. Yeah, I'm here to teach my brothers and my sisters too, to making sure we do what we gotta do and make it through. I don't hurt you or hurt nobody else, and we won't lose. And we gotta win. Look deep within. Watch out for wrong things and so-called sin. And just be the best of ourselves. Yeah, individual we will get help. Yeah, cause what we put out is what we get back. Yeah, and don't ever look to the past. Yeah, you can't change what's behind your ass. Gotta keep that love, that way we last. Yeah, and keep the divine in our mind. Yeah, keep that love and we'll be fine. Yeah, and stay up on this loving scene, but we got to know what it means. Woo! Love. Do we know what it means? Love. It's more than just a thing. Love. Do we know what it means? Love. Yeah. It was a time I went through hard things. That's why I'm here today. And I say, and I'm here, man, yeah, to let you can make it, yeah, and we can make it through. You don't hurt nobody, yeah, to get by. And tell the truth, man, and don't lie. Gotta be it cool as we can. And believe in what we got and where we stand. And be a woman, yeah, or be a man. And you will be okay. And listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, keep your brain, never go insane. Never know what happened while we on this plane. Love. Do we know what it means? Love. 'Cause it's more than just a thing. Love. Do we know what it means? Love. Love. It's more than just a thing. Love.
Real talk. Do we know what it means? Real talk. So yeah, and that's for that song is for those who may be having a challenge right now. Stay with it, you know. If nobody else cares, EBS cares, you know. Like Tupac said, rest in peace and in power. Real talk, you know. Even, you know, I know sometimes people might think I don't care, but we gotta move and long as we're not hurting nobody, you know, we move the way we want to move, not what other people have expectations of. You know, that's what we got to get away from as brothers and sisters. Stop worrying about what somebody else think. You know, again, as long as we're not hurting nobody or hurting no one, you know, move accordingly, especially these days. And we'll be fine. We keep that divine love. Told you I'd be rhyming. Yeah, and we'll be fine, you know. And so let's get on back into it and break it on down. Leaders and teachers with a student spirit. You know how I do it. Let's break it down about divine love. We're going to get into the benefits, and it can't be faked once it's embedded in our soul. And when I say that it can't be faked, that when we have real divine love, when we talking about tough warrior love too, we ain't talking about soft, naive. No, we talking about just a love within. A love so strong, we won't let outside events discourage us and keep us on this path or distract us, you know, anything that keep us from loving ourselves or loving others, so we can keep building those generals. We gotta be, that's the best business to have, building generals, because we never know what'll happen down the road, and that's real facts. I say that a lot, but we don't know, you know, so that's why we do as right as we can, be as disciplined as we can, you know, and heal ourselves of anything that need to be healed, you know. Do not, I repeat, do not harbor things that's not good for us in our soul, because it will come out sooner or later. And that goes back to divine, real divine love. Can't be faked. And I said that to my son's mom, Ethan. And by the way, I didn't volunteer today. I didn't volunteer this week, but I will be volunteering. It will be next week. I haven't done it. And I got to go see my son this weekend because I didn't see him last weekend. So I would try to be honest with one's listeners, you know, because you feel better when one is honest with oneself. And divine love, real divine love, can do that when we're not playing and manipulating and tricking and all this dumb shit that'll just make you look stupid later on in life. You know, again, if we're healthy human being, brother, sister, family, we don't know now, we'll never know. So let's get into it, leaders and teachers. Let's go. The benefits of a divine love include inner peace, which goes back to a podcast I did about inner power. Wow. See how learning can do? And anyone can do this. Anyone can have this ability to learn, you know, and open up that pineal gland. Just got to make that step, make that effort, and then we'll become what? Seventh nature. All right. Inner power is beautiful, man. That's why I say I don't see how people can be evil and plotting, and I don't see how they do it. I just, And that's a lot to bear. That's a lot to hold. That's a lot of weight to carry. Like bitterness and jealousy and hate and all that type of shit. That's a lot of weight to carry. It really is. So as I heard a great brother say, we need to flow through this life as light as possible as far as our mind and our psyche. So we can see wonderful things come down our journey or come along our journey, like things in our children. I see things in my biological children that just blow me away, you know. And even the 3 I haven't spoke to and saw in a while, I know they have divine gifts because it runs through my family. It's in my DNA. It's in our DNA. You know, it comes from that great divine, but through the DNA of our parents and grandparents. We got to remember that they're part of this equation too. That's why I say they're at the center of that realm. Is ourselves, children, family, significant other, always at the center of the realm. And our generals that's connected to us that may be not biological. Real talk. I call them our divine warriors or divine brothers and sisters, you know, because I've met some wonderful brothers and sisters along the way. Those I maybe grew up with in the world, some online. But man, it's amazing. If our pineal gland, our third eye, if it's open for the righteous things, some wonderful, wonderful things will come about. So that's why I look up things and read, and it just leads you from one glorious thing to the next. It's wonderful, you know. So I share that positive energy to those who are listening. Current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view. I salute you and thank you. Let's get into it. Leaders and teachers. Oh, I said that already, but I'm saying it again. Student spirit. The benefits of divine love include inner peace and joy, healing for emotional and spiritual wounds. And that's for Lil Wayne. That's kind of what inspired me. He's my inspiration today. Him and B.O.B. You know, that's some. Actually, Lil Wayne need to talk to B.O.B. Real talk. He might could help him. You know, so that's what I'm saying. We gotta try to look into analyze and go deeper and try to help one another, heal one another, stop tearing each other down. Damn. Okay. The benefits of divine love include inner peace and joy, healing for emotional and spiritual wounds, increased strength and ability to endure challenges, transformation of difficulties into opportunities, Lil Wayne, for growth, a deeper connection to purpose, and the potential for eternal life. Embracing divine love encourages a life of purpose, compassion, service, and a profound sense of fulfillment. I like that word service because I like to say I'm the spell breaker at your service. I like saying that. And I said that in the video when I was at the park. And I'll put it in the end screen. Matter of fact, I'll put that in the end screen and inner power because I think people need to hear that. Real talk. Compassion. Now I want to kind of go back to Aries Spears a little bit. And I don't know. I have to let other people give their opinion because, again, I'm not one of those that get on the media and try and talk about people and all that. I try to understand, you know, a word I learned from Brother Kwaku, actually. I try to understand why the individual is saying the things they're saying or doing the things they're doing. So that's what I try to do. So I listen to Aries Spears and I really try to listen to him and not judging him, you know, assessing more or less. I learned that from a great brother. Actually, Brother Lance, that's something I learned from him. But I listened to Aries Spears and I'm like I don't know. It's like, it's just, where are these things coming from? That's what I want to know. I like, why are you saying these things? That's the question I would ask. You know, just have a normal conversation with the brother. Like, what's going on? You know, talk to our brothers and sisters before we just kind of assess. Even if they do come off kind of aggressive and it might, you know, say things we, you know, might not like or somewhat offend us. You know, get beyond our feelings and really talk as intellectuals and say, what's going on, brother? I mean, let's really have a heart-to-heart talk, like for real. Not because we on them, even if don't even got to get on the mic or on the camera. Just get somewhere away from everybody and have a brother to brother or sister to sister talking like brother, for real. Tell me what's going on, where it is coming from. So that's the kind of conversation I would have with Aries Spears, because when I see my brother, I see my sister, I see myself. You know, I see how I was and Not saying that he's bad or, or nothing. Or we never know what people might be going through, because it's not easy for everybody to deal with inner feelings and things that's in our subconscious, because I've been there. So even in toxic brothers and sisters, I still see myself in them, because I remember how I used to be, how I used to talk. I told my son Ethan, salute to Ethan too, by the way, he's doing well, and his siblings, they're doing great. So may the great divine just stay in their life. My divine children, my biological children, they're doing well, really are. And as far as I know, the 3 I haven't seen, they're doing well. I bring that up, and that's one of the battles. It's something I have to face. Again, I got 2 daughters and a son that I haven't seen or talked to in a while, and I still haven't done it. And but it's one of those things that's in my subconscious, But it will be dealt with. That's my son and I, we discussed it, and I'll keep everybody posted on how that's going too. But but that's what divine love, real divine love, make you deal with yourself. Real talk. Again, it can't be fake, especially within ourselves. So I don't care how we lie to the world, we'll be tearing ourselves up on the inside. So again, that's what I see in my family, my children, brothers and sisters. I see myself even in the toxic shit, because I used to be. I told my son Ethan's mom how I used to talk. I used to say bitches. I used to say hoes. And I remember my friend of mine, I'm talking about way back in the day when I was younger. I just didn't know shit. Real talk. Didn't know shit from shit. And all we thought about was screwing girls and how many numbers we can get. And man, it was some hoes in that club, man. You see them bitches? Man, I used to talk like that. I haven't always talked like this. It's just, researching, learning, getting a little more mature, going through experiences, karma and all that stuff. The woulda, coulda, shouldas. It'll make you change if we want to change. You know what I'm saying? So not that we try to be something we're not. We don't want to be the old us, like T.I. said, the old me dead and gone, right? So we mature, we wise, and we see results in our behavior. And we also notice how we affect others, because we don't just affect ourselves when we're toxic. We also affect others, whether we think we are or know it or not, So even with words and seeing people in these interviews, like I was saying about EBXCARES, I mean, it's a fine line between being real and not caring how one affect others, So to each is his own. But I don't think he's really a bad dude. I think it's just things going on within him that he's battling, and it's coming out, because you can't hide what's inside. I've said that so many times. I've been through it. Whatever, I've said this 1,000 times, whatever we harbor deep in the core of our soul, good or bad, great divine, mama nature, and that universe will draw it out sooner or later. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Just keep on living. As my grandmother said, rest in peace and in power. We'll find out what we'll get back in return, because no one in this whole freaking planet can override gravity, great divine, mama nature, and that universe. And if you think you can, you're a damn fool. You're gonna be running in that rat race and on a hamster wheel, waiting on that pellet. So, but be thankful for the generals in our families, in the world, and online. Brother, sister, general, man, that's cultivating and got that divine love, which is wonderful, So that was some things that was in one spirit, opinions, theories, because Brother E don't carry no hate. Brother E carries assessments, Brother E carries analyzing things, even myself, not just for others. Because we study human nature in righteous spirituality. We do it for the world, person, place, or thing, but most of all for ourselves. So we can pay attention to our behavior, because a lot of times, sometimes, especially in these times, may not be aware. So that's why we got to stay studying oneself, the world, analyze. Don't get drawn into too much celeb gossip, and, stay connected to the righteous generals out here that have put in the work, even without that's beyond the platform. Those are types of generals we need to be connected to, whether family, brother, or sister, in the world, online. And always hold honor for those that we connected with along the journey. Because it's not an accident, the generals we have connected with. I'm talking about even if it's biological or divine, we got to be in the space to pay attention to this. And again, even if it's toxic brothers and sisters, some of us still see ourselves in them. We got to remember how we was. Be analytical. Again, we don't entangle ourselves in toxicity, as I said before, but still be analytical and see why. And if there is a way to heal or help a brother or sister, do it, because none of us started at the finish line. You know what I mean? We all started at the beginning, some way, shape, or form. So if a brother and sister can be, talked to or discussed with or help them in any way we can. Physical, it's positive word, like I was speaking on Lil Wayne, Don't go with the flock, because in doing what everybody else doing, get to the root of the matter, So that's what I see in Lil Wayne. He need to go back to the beginning, because the sister with these kids on my banner, that video, man, it warmed my heart. I've always loved this song in that video. It's one of my favorite songs by Lil Wayne. Out of all his songs, I think this is one of the best because it's meaningful, and it talks about love, and it's about real life. And how many sisters do we know that's been through the situation like this sister on my banner? Real talk. It's so many. Just about every sister I've met throughout my life has had some kind of somebody messing with them when they was young. I've met so many sisters like that, I swear. I've heard story after story. And it's not just me. A lot of us brothers have. I'm talking about my righteous brothers that are educated and really do care about our sisters, So that's why I try. Even toxic sisters, again, I understand them. That conditioning folks always bring up. So that's what knowing the conditioning that pretty much all melanated brothers and sisters some have been under or are under, that's what will make us begin to have divine love and understand, overstand, and understand. If they can be helped, help them. If they can't, life will help them. We don't have to beat on them and tear them down. So again, and salute to Lizzo. I love Lizzo. I love her because she loves herself. Again, you got some of the prettiest. I'm talking about the toxic ones. You got the prettiest sisters out here and be the most toxic individual. I've ran across them too. So that's another reason why we need to be educated on human nature, and mama nature, of course, and always cling to that divine love. Real talk. So thank those for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion. Again, look for more music from L'Oreal Lyrical. Rest in peace and in power. You can check it out on my channel. Got a lot of her music on my channel. Again, I just uploaded one recently, a collab she did with Sister Sam K and Shiree. Her name is Angela Jackson, aka Shiree. And Laura Lamont and I, we're gonna do a segment on her because we did 2 segments. We played the song and broke down the verses of L'Oreal Lyrical, and Sister Sam K on that song I uploaded called Phenomenal Chick, and they was dope. And but we didn't speak on Shiree, so the next one will be Shiree. We'll listen to her voice. And she produced a song for me, and I can't remember what the name of it was. And wonderful sister, she was a friend of L'Oreal Lyrical. Rest in peace and in power. So, and it's wonderful being connected to those who have skills and gifts. Whether they do music or not, far and near. Be thankful for the generals in our families, in the world, and online. So thank those for being here and listening to music for myself. Laura Lamont will be in the future. And again, father and son discussion later on today. So stay strong out there. Let nothing take us off this course. And as I said about Lil Wayne, go back to the beginning. See where you went wrong. Not we extract the needed tools of the past. Remember, I actually wrote that in my book, Unlocking the Vault. But we extract the needed tools of the past, but we don't stay in the past. You know what I mean? So that's a message for Lil Wayne. Go back to the beginning. Deflect all bullshit on the outside of you. Get to yourself and that great divine. And and get back into your craft and get back to what you started doing music for in the first place. Get back to that feeling you had when you first started. That fire. This is a message for Lil Wayne. That little fire you had when you first started. You got to get back to that, brother. Real talk. Again, learn from B.O.B. and many others like B.O.B. J. Cole. Them the people that Lil Wayne, he collabed with Tech Nine. That was good. Those are the types of people Lil Wayne need to be connecting with, and not beefing with. He need to be connecting with people like J. Cole, B.O.B., Hobson, them real artists. You know what I'm saying? Get a different outlook on hip hop. You got to change up some things sometimes. So that's my little message for Lil Wayne. Again, I love that song, How to Love. Again, that's what's on one's banner. And it tells a story. My banner, that video, How to Love. It tells a story. And many sisters, if not living that story, have lived that story. And again, it reminds me of that video by Tupac, Brenda Had a Baby. And again, that's B.O.B. on the thumbnail. And look at him. Don't he look deep on the thumbnail? And how he look on the thumbnail on this podcast, it's so him. You know what I mean? So in his music, in the truth of B.O.B., it shines through his music. Real talk. So again, salute to him, because him and Lil Wayne was my inspiration today. Those other artists I mentioned, Chamillionaire and Lizzo. Yep. So thank those for coming in. Stay a general, stay strong, stay meditating, and stay sharp. Let nothing stop us from having that divine love. You know what I mean? Because it can never be fake. Because so just be thankful, brothers and sisters. That if we do have it, that we have a divine love. Salute.